episode of the Witch Bitch Amateur Hour is brought to you by Patreon Page F. Page F, thank you, Page F. Hi, Macy.
Hi.
How are you doing? How was your week?
It was good. It's
a bit of hesitation.
Well, it was good. It got weird.
Yeah. The spooky-sode maybe opened us up to some stuff.
Yeah.
In the combination with it being just the thinnest veil that you can possibly imagine.
Possibly have. So nothing like this has ever happened to me before. And I'm really not sure how to feel about it. It's a little jarring to your reality to know that things can just do this.
Yeah.
And while I believe in spirits, it's a different kind of belief when you become actually like in contact with one.
Right.
Because, you know, it's like all day long you're like, yeah, I believe in them. But then sometimes you see that actual thing that happens to you and you're like, oh shit, they're real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're like, I knew they were real, but I didn't know it was
confirmation.
Yeah.
And, at least to me. And so anyway, it was Halloween night. It became the most hellacious storm. Mm-hmm. It was unreal. I mean, which is another thing that made me think, you know, it was a severe storm. It was a cold front came through and it was vicious. It had been a normal night. I mean, actually a very low-key night, honestly. It was kind of, but...
Well, y'all don't get trick-or-treaters out here.
No, we're way out in the middle of nowhere. And so, yeah, and it was time for bed. It was like, I don't know, 11, 10:30, something like that. And I'm starting to go to sleep, and I'm just overcome, and this is so weird to explain without making it sound like I'm actually feeling this way, but I'm not. I was just overcome with just the deepest feeling of just abandonment and sorrow and just like scorn almost. Just like absolutely felt like nothing. And it came out of nowhere. I mean, and it was so intense. Like, I mean, almost to a point of rage. I don't know. I took it out on Hunter because that's what the energy told me to do. It was just like, you're just abandoned and no one cares about you. And I just had this full on out of the blue hysterical emotional breakdown.
And that's not like you.
No, it's
you're not volatilely emotional.
No, and nothing had happened. Things are great. And it's just like out of nowhere. It was just like absolutely like I had switched lives and it kind of died down. And it was only for about 5 minutes. And I just like felt this, whatever it was, like almost just like from my feet to my head just get pulled out of my body. And then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Mm-hmm. And I like had clarity for a second. And like, I kind of sat there and I was sitting on the bed. Like Hunter was almost falling asleep at this point. Like it had died. And and he was just like, okay, like, I'm sorry. And like, I just remember, I was just like, I don't know what just happened. And I remember thinking, why did I do that? Why did I don't feel that way. And I thought for a second, I said, something's fucking with me right now. And I thought like something just took me over. And like the moment I thought that, back in it.
Yeah.
And I woke him back up and I just started again. And I just like, and I couldn't control it. Whatever happened to this woman that took me over last night was bad.
Yeah.
So I, this morning, woke up very confused. And the more I've thought about it all day, the more troubling it's gotten. You know, I don't think that she was malicious. I don't think that at all. It's just the realization that no matter how much I bless the house and no matter how much I sage and my intention that I put in on certain days and when the time is right, and I told this to Lyra and she made a good point and she was like, well, right before you go to sleep, you know, your guard's kind of down. You're kind of in between those two worlds anyway. And you're just susceptible. And we've been talking about this lately, you know. So yeah, it's been very weird. This weird
Plus
turn.
the storm.
The storm. I think it was just this catalyst, you know, of events that was
everything
happening.
Overlapped to make the perfect storm.
Yes,
as it were.
Yeah. And so this is new for me. I'd love to know if anybody listening has ever been. It was almost like a medium.
Yeah.
But I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
I didn't want it.
Yeah.
I've never done it. And so I don't really know what to make of it. Maybe just someone had some things to say.
That's my theory. I was telling Macy earlier. I think that, while it's a very scary experience, I told her, I said, I think you probably helped somebody move on last night.
I hope so, because how she felt was horrible. So, that's my first... and
it's so sad.
It is sad.
It's so sad because anger is not really an emotion. Anger is a reaction to an emotion.
I've always heard people say anger is a secondary emotion.
Anger is a secondary emotion. Yeah. And what's usually underneath anger, more often than not, is sadness.
Yeah.
Now, I know that couldn't have been great for Hunter.
Yeah, but I bet she felt incredible.
I bet she's where she needs to be now, probably.
I hope so. Yeah. I really do. And Hunter played his part in that. And I would love to know if anyone else has ever had this happen.
Well, we know at least one person has.
Yeah, we know at least it has
From
happened.
our last episode.
But I guess the time was right. And like you said, there was a whole bunch of shit going on that really made it just... It's a good little soup.
It's possession soup.
It's possession soup.
Oh my God.
But anyway, how was your week?
I can't follow that story with anything. But I made like an elaborate dinner for, I got to make like my traditional Samhain.
Little Samhain feast and breads.
Some called Canton, which is like this, almost like mashed potatoes with cabbage and like onions and shit in it. It's this old Irish thing. And
sounds great.
It was great. I made my little offering and I did everything I wanted to do. But yeah, no, it was absolutely great. And we had a great time. And we watched the movie Terrifier on Netflix.
Is it a shitty horror movie?
Oh boy.
I love shitty Netflix horror movies.
Here's the thing. It was a really shitty horror movie with one of the best villains that I have come across in a long time.
Oh.
For this glowing endorsement.
That's excellent. I do have to say though that we had a listener that made my week exponentially better.
Oh my God, we're going to talk about this for a while.
Yeah,
right
buckle
now.
up, everyone. Okay, so we have a listener, and if you're in the Coven Facebook group, which I highly recommend you join because it is so much fun.
It is so much fun to see like people posting and talking and
my gosh! So if anybody is on the Facebook, she's in our group. Her name is Kim. She's excellent. She said that she's very well aware and in agreeance of my hatred for winter.
Boo.
It's rightfully so. And so I'm going to put a picture up, but she made me this ring that is absolutely absurdly good. It's great. It's beautiful.
It's you to a T.
It's me. It's my like winter talisman to get me through. Mm-hmm. And so on it is this beautiful, and it's carved of buffalo bone. To me, it's like goddess face almost, but it's this very serene face with kind of closed eyes and just like this very meditative face. And then above it, pointing the other direction, is this beautiful green, like mint marbly green stone. It's called veracite, which I'm actually not familiar with it. I'm going to look it up. But then it doesn't stop.
There's more.
Underneath the stones, with a file by hand, she carved a pomegranate under the veracite for like a very bright, lush, and then a flower under the other one. And the band is covered in flowers. And it's just the most beautiful thing. And I feel like I put it on and I feel strong. I feel like I'm going to make it through winter. Like I can do this. So she sent for both Charlye and me these two beautiful like copper death's head moth necklaces,
so
which I love death's head moths.
Yes.
And she sent us a very interesting box, very witchy box.
Very witchy, which can I just point out real here? Macy opened this at work.
Oh God. Yeah. I opened this at my job because it was like, I was very excited. The fact that someone who listens to us could do something so nice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And so I opened it at work. They were watching me open it. And, I pulled out this beautiful ring and I pulled out the necklaces and I opened a box and it has a full bird wing in it. And at first I could just see one bird wing and I was like, it kind of shocked me because I didn't expect, I was like, it's a bird wing. And I looked at it and it's this beautiful arced bird wing. And I found another one underneath it. It was in tissue paper. So there's two bird wings and there's one for you and me. And she included this lovely letter, and like she mentioned in it, she was like, the quail wings are from my flock of quail. She said, who live very happy lives until like the day they don't, pretty much like until they die naturally,
Which was a very cute and a very poetic and thoughtful way to say, I didn't murder this bird.
Yeah, and after that, she said, I don't like to waste anything.
Yeah.
She said, and she said something very interesting. She said, they make a very good smudge wand end. I want to kind of mount it on something. And she was like, they make great smudge fans. But I appreciate that. The animal, it had a great life, and then it gets to, its body just didn't get wasted. So I thought that was really great. Sent us these great little runic talisman necklaces with like algaes and Feihu.
Which is just the one that speaks to my body and my soul.
Yes, and I love Feihu. I love that one.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was just like, that's so good.
It was such a lovely care package.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it feels like. Like,
yeah.
From one witch to another, here, let me give you some ritualistic stuff. Let me give you some beautiful things. Yeah. Like, just do a care package.
Let me help you get through this time that I know that you're not enjoying and you're not at your peak. And it just, I mean, man.
Kim, thank you.
Yes. And I also want to say she did, she asked for no recognition in this.
Yeah, she did. And it was like, you're too good for this. We have to.
We want to recognize her.
So, and the reason that her work is so beautiful, she actually has a store for this. She has an Etsy shop, and it's, and we've talked about her before. Yeah. It's at CleverKimsCurios. And that's her Etsy shop. It's CleverKimsCurios. And,
it's also her Instagram as well, at CleverKimsCurios.
Curios.
And we'll post and we'll link and we'll do all that stuff.
She's great. I mean, she does beautiful work, and like the attention to detail is honestly amazing. And it's like, it's that special attention to detail you get from people who are doing what they love to do.
Yeah. What are we talking about, Mace, this week?
Okay, so all right. I feel like we've been real heavy lately. So I wanted to kind of go back to the basics.
Yeah. Okay.
Go amateur level.
Oh, yeah.
True to our name, on brand.
Yes, baby.
And I'm talking about Palo Santo today.
Nice. One of my favorite things.
I love it. And I'm actually, like I tend to do and like I like to do, I'm delving into some science behind it.
I hope you do.
Kind of helps prove a little bit, how it works.
Yeah.
And why it makes us feel the way it does. So
I'm going to be talking about citrine today.
I like it.
Yes. One of my absolute favorites, a little ball of light.
It is. A little sunspot.
If my husband were a rock.
Oh my God. He would totally
be a citrine.
That's beautiful. Okay. So the scientific name is, and I'm going to say it wrong because scientific names are complicated to me. They just are.
It's just Palo Santo.
Yeah.
Yay.
It's, they're always very Latin-y, and I can't Latin.
Macy, I can't Latin.
Its scientific name is Bursera graveolens.
Gravioli?
I know. I like it. And it grows in certain areas in South America. Mm. Yeah. Its name translated is like wood of the saints or holy wood or sacred wood.
Ah.
Yeah. And it's a close cousin to frankincense and myrrh.
Really?
And even copal.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So here's where it gets interesting. Here's where I could talk about this all day, and I love it.
You guys can't see this at home, but Macy has her hands up, and she's, like, squeezing at the air.
I'm doing little, like, almost jazz hand fingers.
You're so excited. You're, like, digging into it.
Sorry. So it's really rich in terpenes of limonene and A-terpeneol. They're in the air. They're, like, these inhaled, like, aromatic compounds.
Okay.
And they're produced by certain plants and certain things like that.
So these are like the actual, like the little particles that our olfactory like snatches up.
Yeah, and there's different kinds and they affect our bodies in different ways, but they're really powerful to us. And so the limonene and A-terpeneol are what give this uplifting feeling, that it
limonene?
Does. Limonene. Yeah, and
it smells like a lime.
And limonene is found in citrus type thing. It's also found in pine, which also has that kind of tart scent. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it is. Its name kind of gives it away. It's also found very heavily in medical cannabis, which smells kind of sour sometimes, like kind of limey,
I wouldn't know.
So there are these organic aromatic compounds, and they each have these different properties when inhaled, different ways that they affect us. But it's terpenes that are found in essential oils, and they're what give us the effects of essential oils. That's why fragrance oils don't work the same.
So it is literally the molecules that do enter our olfactory and causes the change of the brain chemistry. I Get it.
That's what I mean. Like, you knew what they were. It's just like, yeah.
I didn't know that's was the term was.
Yeah. And they have been able to synthesize some of these, but some of them not. Limonene, so things that it's been really proven to do, tremendously so, is it clears away stress, lowers cortisol levels, kind of lowers that stress hormone or gets it more in check, and anxiety. It's tremendously good for leveling out anxiety. In current clinical studies, limonene is actually being tested against a key player in fighting cancer cells, particularly breast cancer.
Really?
As well.
Holy shit.
But here's what's so interesting about this. And like, this is where I'm going to go on my tirade about like the wilderness, because terpenes are found in the air in forests, in woods, and they are so important to us. And if you notice, a lot of the things that these little compounds that you breathe in control, anxiety, stress, things that are skyrocketing more and more and more when people are moving further and further away from trees. And here's another thing that's really interesting. So if you go into a forest, the levels of terpenes are at their like highest between 3 feet and about 6 feet off the ground. What's about 3 feet or 6 feet? A person. And so it's like, that's your nose in particular, you know? And so it's like, that's right where.
But like all stages.
Yeah. Basically,
much.
Once you can toddle almost.
Once you can walk,
you can breathe these in. And so, and that raises an interesting point too, because that's almost like, who made that happen? Right. You know, like that's too perfect.
Nature gives us gifts that we don't deserve
and
anymore.
we don't appreciate.
Yeah.
And so I'm really big on that. And certain countries, I believe South Korea being one of them, they've actually started doing like forest bathing, and like it's part of your like almost work benefits. Like you like take off a few days, and but like what they've noticed with it, just breathing in these terpenes. I mean, people will spend a day or two in the woods, and their cortisol levels will be slashed.
Yeah.
And like blood pressure, it has tremendous effects on, because we're made to be breathing these. They're so important to us. I feel like they're almost as important as oxygen, and we're just not getting them. And so, I mean, and it doesn't take much. Like, it really doesn't. Like, I mean, a day or a few hours in a park, or find a wooded area, find a nature reserve, find something, spend a week in there every couple months and just breathe.
Yeah.
Like,
make it a science experiment. Track how you feel once you start doing these things.
Yeah.
See if you feel any better, you know, and if you don't, then you can throw your hands up and quit. But
I believe it absolutely does, because I'm a naturally highly stressed person. I am like wound up like a spring. Yeah. And after moving to this very wooded, I mean, this property has turned me into like the dude from The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
It really has. Like,
I'm serious when I joke that you're turning into the earth.
I am. I'm just...
And I'm watching it happen.
Seeping into the planet.
Well, because you also grew up here.
Yeah.
And there was a shift when you moved away for school and everything else. There was a shift and just very, like, it kind of came on with the stress, you know, and then now you're coming back. It's a very literal and a figurative return home, I think, for you.
Yeah. I feel like my roots were ripped out, and so I was, like, dying, and now they're back, and it's like I can just kind of, like, dude out again. I think everyone should do it. I think everybody should go take a couple hours in nature, leave the phone in the car, and just absolutely look around and realize how special it is. Mm-hmm. Take in these healthy little compounds that we're supposed to breathe that make us not fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And enjoy it. Civilizations all over the world have gravitated to these certain scents, and it's so interesting because it's like they didn't know what terpenes were at the time.
Right, yeah.
But they knew they made them feel a certain way, and they knew that they had a certain power. And I love it when the actual clinically proven effects match the uses that our ancestors and shamans and things like that used them for hundreds of years ago.
It's almost like they knew what they were talking about.
Right? It's almost like the earth liked them then, and they appreciated nature, and the earth told them. It's like the cosmic serpent. Like how they were like, oh, the forest told us. Like the trees told us. That's how we know all of this. We listen. So Palo Santo has been used for centuries, and it can be traced back to the Incan Empire. Mm. Yeah, which I love, like Mayan, Incan, Aztec type stuff. I always have. Yeah. It's so fascinating to me. And it has a place in native ritualistic medicine, shamanistic practices, and as well as for many of us know its properties for purifying and cleansing an area or an object or a person of negativity. Yeah. It's kind of like, and I read in an article and I liked how this was worded. It's the South American brother to North American sage.
Oh, okay.
You know, it has many of the same properties, the same cleansing abilities, that same, you know, but I feel like it's almost a little bit like sweetgrass more in the way that it kind of gives something too. Because I do feel like sage almost is like it sterilizes.
Yeah, and I've been wary about using too much sage.
Yeah, I have too. So this is something that really warmed my heart. And it's the polar opposite of sandalwood. So the Peruvian government highly, highly regulates the collection of Palo Santo. Huh. It's a spiritual thing for them. They take it very seriously. It's not a joke.
So cool.
And making it to the point to where no live trees can ever be, they're never cut. Only fallen trees and branches are harvested.
Dude.
And they're dried or, you know, kind of cured for 3 to 5 years for maximum potency.
Holy shit.
And that kind of allows the oils to almost like form in these pockets in the wood. And that's when they really get their effect. Same goes for Ecuador. The wood is wild harvested by a family that has since planted 30,000 trees. Nice. Over the past like 10 years or so. And they also only harvest the fallen trees, fallen branches that have laid dead in the forest for 4 to 10 years. So yeah, it's very sustainable and like sustainably cared for. It's uplifting nature. It's tied to inspiring creativity. So kind of a good, kind of make you feeling creative, enlightened, or, you know, excited about something, which ties back, and it's that limonene, and it's creating, it's a clarifier. They did a really interesting study on mice using limonene, and like certain mice that they let inhale limonene, like were able to find themselves out of a dangerous situation better.
How interesting.
I know. It's very neat. It evokes protection, eases anxiety, and it's really good for meditation because you kind of just relax and it feels happy, but it's also clarifying and
you can feel protected.
Yes. And, you know, it kind of sharpens your mind to get to where it needs to go and kind of get you on the same earth frequency. Yeah. Shamanistic beliefs state that there are beneficial spirits that live in the tree. And as the limbs fall, they kind of cure into the wood with it. And when it's burned, it releases these beneficial, positive spirits. These things, entities.
Really cool. What a nice way to just envision the smoke coming out of your Palo Santo.
I know.
Oh my God.
And speaking of, this was something that I didn't know, and I'm an amateur, and I probably should have.
Oh boy.
It's a really good way to incorporate all of the elements of the earth, particularly if you use an abalone shell. Because you have your wood is the sea. The wood is the sea. The wood is water. So you have the wood as the earth. The shell is the sea. The flame as fire, of course. And the smoke is air. Yeah. And so in doing that and incorporating all of the elements, you're inviting Mother Gaia, the goddess, you know, to come talk to you. To come sit and invite her in. Oh. I thought that was really nice. So, I mean, and that goes for sage. That goes for really anything you burn in the shell. But I liked that combination of all 4 elements together. And it can be a diffuser for anxiety or a panic attack. And that limonene, you know, it's a very uplifting thing to breathe in. And
that's good. That's really good to know.
Yeah. And so, you know, just light the wood, breathe in, and just focus on. I do that all the time. Like when I sage, and I didn't, you know, when I do Palo Santo, I really breathe it in. Yeah. Breathe it in, breathe deeply, and just think something like, you know, I ask the energies, I ask the spirits of this sacred wood to just cleanse away the fear. And just kind of think that and just calm down. Kind of focus on making it kind of go away. And it helps me too, because I do have like a skeptic nature to me. To know that there's actually a scientific reason that it helps.
It's not something someone said once a long time ago, and now we just kind of take it as law.
You know, it actually makes a difference. And so I definitely plan on incorporating it as well.
It's also so interesting, especially that last part that, to me, sage, yes, you can sage yourself, but mostly I'm doing it as like an environmental, like the environment that I'm in. But to sit there and kind of breathe it in and to think, clear away something that's going on with you inside of you. Yes. Is almost like a whole different playing field. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. It gives it a whole different use.
Yeah, man. I think it's so interesting that we both, again, we've picked some topics that go really well together. Because I'm talking about citrine. And that's also a very citrus-based kind of happy.
I didn't even think about that.
Yes. And so it it's just kind of cool that these two things go together.
Yeah.
You know, if you're sitting there doing your Palo Santo and you got some citrine, just hold on to it a little bit. It'll
get a little extra
amplify.
sunshine.
Yeah. So citrine, the reason I picked it is the November birthstone, and we are now a couple of days into November. Okay, it is also called Scottish or Spanish topaz, which is really interesting because November's like alternate birthstone is topaz.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that just kind of goes together. Its element is fire. Its planet is the sun, if you're looking at those kind of things. And it's also associated with gold and has been for a very long time. And I just say all that to point out that this is a bright, happy, fiery, warm little stone.
It is. It's very pleasant.
And it's just, I mean, even looking at a good chunk of citrine makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not about like usually warmer things.
Yeah, but you love you some citrine.
I love citrine. It is, if I had to pick my favorite, it would probably be citrine.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love everything about it. It's a rock star for attraction. It is the attraction stone. You're not going to do better than citrine.
Interesting.
I'm also super lazy, and I love any stone that cleanses itself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so you don't have to worry about doing the sage or putting it in a certain spot around other stones. Like you can, it's going to clear itself. Any kind of badness that floats into it. This stone is such a fucking badass that it like kills the negativity on contact. But it doesn't store it and hold it and then, oh God, you have to clean it out. Like, It just kills it. And it's going to cleanse your other stones too. So, like, in my mind, I want a huge chunk of citrine and, like, all my other little stones
just
around
sitting
it.
There.
And then it's like, I don't ever have to cleanse them again. So, its name, citrine, comes from the French word for lemon, which comes from the Latin word for yellow. So, this has been around for a very long time, and it's always just been, like, citrus, happy, yellow, which is interesting to me because I would be remiss if I didn't point out that there are two types of citrine out there. There is the natural, and then there is what they call market citrine. And they're both types of amethysts, but the market citrine is what you're usually going to be buying if you don't really kind of dive in and do the research, which just means it's an amethyst that has been heat treated. I don't think that makes it completely invalid. There are people who think...
Is it an amethyst or a quartz that's been heat treated? Because isn't amethyst just quartz that's been heat treated until it turned purple?
Well, see, the thing is, it's the whole heat treated thing is tricky because it can be heat treated by us and we'll get a very deep purple amethyst or we'll get a very yellow, almost brown citrine.
Yeah.
And that's the ones, but the ones you dig up and have been heat treated from the earth.
Okay.
Those are the kind of lighter ones.
That's like the one that I have from Kyler Jewelry. Yeah, it's a subtle citrine. Like it's basically clear around the edges, but it has this dot of deep yellow in the middle.
And those are kind of signs that it is a natural citrine. If it does look like it's almost watery.
Like that's what I said. It looks just like when you have a glass of iced tea.
Yeah.
And it's mostly melted and it's mostly like ice water and there's still some ice cubes and it's like a bright ambery kind of yellow water. Like it looks like that.
Yeah. So that's your natural citrine. And there is a hot debate about what makes a citrine real. To me, heating from the earth and heating from us, I feel like that's really similar. I just feel like the earth has done it in a purer, slower way.
Slower, yeah.
So it is said that the natural citrines are a little more powerful, as you could imagine. It's all happiness and light and abundance. It was believed to hold the power of the sun.
That's nice.
This is the rock star stone for manifestation and attraction. This is the one they call merchant's stone. Sometimes they call it seller's stone. But you'll see it a lot of the times around cash registers. Or you'll see people who, like, sales is their business. They might have like a nice meaty citrine necklace.
Interesting.
And to me, that's almost like a dead giveaway of like, oh, she's a witch. You know, if you go to a store and they've got like a citrine rock placed next to you, you're like, I know what you're doing. It's supposed to bring those things to you. It's very effective if you wear it, especially on like a long necklace or like if you have like, I don't know, like a citrine belt.
Oh my God.
Good God. That sounds like a Texas thing through and through. But it's very beneficial to wear around your trunk.
That's your solar plexus.
Yes. Solar plexus and sacral chakra are
Yeah.
the ones that resonate with this stone.
Orange and yellow.
So it's also said to be really good for digestive issues or any kind of organ problems through the trunk of your body.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily just financial attraction. You can give it the intention of attracting health or manifesting health in your body, and it's great for that. So health and wealth is where this one kind of reigns. It's one of the best stones for boosting your energy. So it's good anytime you're sluggish, mentally, physically. You can meditate with it to lift your spirits and receive creative guidance, which is really interesting. I think it kind of ties in with the Palo Santo as far as the creative guidance goes. I like to think of this stone as a little energy drink in stone form. It's an energy booster to help kind of get you through physically sluggish times, but it's also going to help lift spirits in kind of dark times. You know, it's if you're feeling down or depressed, it's going to be your little buddy to kind of slug you on the arm and be like, cheer up. You know, it's going to help get you through those times. Boost your confidence. Something that really rang out to me when I was reading about this is if you're having problems in your practice, trusting yourself and trusting your instincts, a lot of people have written us and said, how do you meditate? I don't feel like I'm doing it right. I can never sit down. I can never get through a guided meditation. And I've tried it. I think a big part of that is not trusting yourself.
Yeah. A lot of it too is you're so concerned. And I do it too. I totally do it with not seeing what you think you're supposed to see or not getting where you think you're supposed to get fast enough or...
And especially sometimes if we do come to rely on the guided meditations a lot, which are great, I'm not knocking them, but sometimes they do have names like talk with your ancestors meditation, you know, and you think very much that you're supposed to sit down, close your eyes, and have a conversation with your ancestors. It'll just have a very targeted name like that. And it's hard to get that thought out of the back of your head. Like, I'm going to shut out all of the other messages I'm getting because I'm not getting that message from my ancestors. What's happening? Yeah. And to me, it's like your guides or the universe or whatever, they're like trying to get in there and they're like, hey, I'm trying to give you these messages, but you're ignoring it because it's not like the thing you think you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's true.
Citrine can help with that. If you meditate with one, hold it on your solar plexus, hold it in your hand, and just do a meditation with it. It's going to help to clear away some of the negative self-talk that you have or some of the trust issues that you might be experiencing with yourself. It's a cleansing stone through and through. They actually, I thought this was so fascinating. In medieval times, they would put chunks of citrine down the wells because they thought it purified the water, and they would do this to ward off the plague.
Oh, honeys, that's not how that works.
I don't think it worked so well. But it's just,
it's a nice effort.
It's a good effort, but
the water had really nice intent.
The water was happy as could be. It was infecting you, but it was as happy as could be. It was
probably full of the rats that were spreading the plague, but the water was happy.
It just, to me, it speaks to how long the stone has been around and how long it's been viewed as a cleansing stone. Yeah. There's things I found that go back as far as 400 or 300 BC. Ancient Greeks would use this not only as a cleansing stone, they would put it in their water and they would try to heal with it, but they also used it as almost a status symbol because it looked very regal and to them it was even more beautiful than gold because the sun would shine through it and it had that iced tea look, which is there's no better way. It was kind of, while it was bright and warm, but at the same time it had like that crystal coolness that you get from stuff like that. It was very highly coveted, and you know, you were the bitch if you were wearing some citrine jewelry back then. You were the bitch. And that's also a society that very highly revered cleanliness. Yeah. You know, they very, very highly revered cleanliness. And that was, even at that time, being considered a cleansing stone. So you were a clean, fancy bitch. Speaking of cleansing, you can use this in a bath. And I thought this sounded so nice.
Oh, I'm already intrigued.
Listen here, bath queen. Listen to this. get yourself a chunk of, preferably in this case, natural citrine.
Yeah.
Because it's going to work a little bit. It's going to not be so susceptible, because some stones are a little susceptible to water and it can make them kind of brittle. But you just fill your bath like you normally would, and you put the citrine in it, and you give it a little while to infuse it with this like happiness and this warmth. It's really good for if you are going through that time of being down, because a bath is so submerging. It's so encompassing. Sometimes when I have a stone and I'm wearing it on a necklace, I feel very localized area of whatever the stone's supposed to do. But if you're infusing your water with it and taking a dunk, you're like tip to tails.
Yeah, and I feel like, too, it's in this warm thing, and the warmth just, like, amplifies the power.
Yeah, and it just, it's very happy in a warm bath. Scalding hot's not great for it.
That's
be warm.
Great for me.
It's great for my body. I do love a hot bath.
I will get out, and my skin will be red.
Pink!
Oh,
yes.
God.
So a little bit of care is to not charge this one in the sun, which seemed counterintuitive to me because it's a sunstone.
Yeah.
And it seems like it would like love to be in the sun, but it can actually fade its coloring, and we're not into that. A better choice is to use selenite. It works really well with selenite.
And that one, you just wave over it like a wand and it just does magic.
I really do. I have that wand shaped selenite chunk, and I swear I'm so lazy. I just am like over all my stones. I'm like, they're clean, they're good to go. But it's really, really good with selenite because they're both very similar in the fact that you don't have to cleanse them. And then the selenite is also charging. So if you put a citrine next to a selenite chunk, not only are you getting it, you don't have to cleanse it, but now you don't even have to charge it. Yeah. And I'm about some hands-off shit. And it will cleanse your other stones as well. So, and then the affirmation for this, if you are going to do some work with citrine, if you're doing some meditation, or if you're taking that sweet dope-ass bath that's been charged with your citrine water, your affirmation is, I am filled with light and happiness, which is just this
short and sweet.
This stone down to a T.
Tell me, Charlie.
Macy.
We're going to be doing something for the next 30 days.
You guys, we talked about this so long ago. Macy and I will be doing the 30-day Magical Roots Challenge from Plentiful Earth. And I am so excited about this, I could scream.
It is going to be very exciting. I think I need it right now. I think it'll be a great transition into wintertime to not just flake out and die. It'll keep me spiritually engaged.
That's something I want to point out. This is called like the Back to Your Roots Challenge. Yeah. But it's also good for beginners. You know, you don't necessarily have to have deep root. We don't have deep roots yet.
No, you don't. And they're very basic, everyday things that you can do to get you back on like a good kind of spiritual path.
If it's something you've never done before and you maybe haven't, like I've never actually casted a circle.
I haven't either.
I've never done it. I don't feel the need to. I feel that what I do to create my sacred space, I feel like that is
I kind of cast a circle in my own weird way.
Exactly. But that's one of the challenges here.
Yeah, so we can excited about that.
It'll push us. It'll force us to get out of our comfort zone. And if you are a decades-old witch, you know, you've been in the game for a minute, then this could maybe return you to some of the stuff that you haven't thought about in a long time.
Yeah, like, I mean, hell, one of the days is just grounding.
Yeah. So we're going to take some liberties with this challenge, and we're actually going to do 3 a week, basically.
Yeah.
And we will be updating you with how they went. And for our first week, here's what we have to do and journal about and talk to each other about. We're going to have divination.
Which I need to reconnect with my runes again. It's been a long time.
You know what? I haven't done it in so long, and that's what I started out with.
Yeah,
and it's like, where did that go?
I know.
Day 2 is grounding.
I love a good ground session.
And day 3 is centering and breath work.
I love breath work.
Oh yeah, breath work is something I need to focus on. We'll update you guys with how that's going. And over on Patreon, we're going to talk with those guys as well. And we'll be able to give you guys little snippets of what they say and how they do breath work and how they ground.
I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good way to reconnect. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like homework.
It is a lot like homework. It's like witchy homework.
Yeah.
That's very,
I like it. It reminds me of being in college again, and it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days a week classes. Like You gotta show up. You gotta do your work.
I'm gonna do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's how I'm gonna do it.
I think I will too. At least one. My big spiritual days are Sundays. And it's because I wake up Sunday morning and just bring up the sun.
And just be by yourself.
Yeah, and I'll just go outside and walk around barefoot and pick up firewood naked.
And then he wakes up a little early and sees you.
And then sees me.
And is perturbed.
And then walks inside again. Shaking his head probably.
When it's easy like this, because it starts off easy, like with the breath work and the grounding. These things take a very quick amount of time. I might try to do those every day. If you want to follow along with us, please let us know how your weekly homework is going. Macy!
Yes!
We got another review.
I love.
Hit me with that beautiful review footage.
It was from, and I love this name, Luna Muna. That is too cute. And I love this. This is a great review. Charlye and Macy are a kick in the pants to listen to. I love that saying.
Kick in the pants.
I'm a solo practitioner at the moment, but their podcast gives me the coven feeling I miss so much. I look forward to every podcast.
Yay.
Thank you, Luna Muna.
Thank you so much for that. And thank you for saying we're a kick in the pants.
That is great. I love being a kick in the pants. I need a kick in the pants. Did you know, Charlye?
Tell me.
That we're on Instagram.
Holy shit.
It's nose to me.
It just sound like Snape. It's nose to
Oh my god. Okay, so we're on Instagram. You can find us there at Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
Yeah.
Twitter at
Bitch Hour.
Facebook at Witch Amateur Hour. Again, I highly recommend y'all ask to join the group because it's a lot of fun.
It is.
Great memes.
There is so many good memes, and people post their pictures of like their altars.
Yeah.
And then like people do some really wicked art.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Cheyenne
is
always posting her gorgeous mandalas on there.
They're so beautiful.
Make me jealous. I'm an advocate for handwritten letters. So if anyone wants to send us a letter or I don't care, articles, anything they find interesting, we actually have a P.O. Box. P.O. Box 865.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's Canton, Texas.
Canton.
Canton.
Texas.
Zip 75103. Patreon, you can find us at patreon.com/wbahpodcast.
Thanks for the consideration.
And there's also a new group. This is for you Patreon supporters. $5 plus donors have access now to a secret group, and we're going to start doing at least monthly.
Yes.
Facebook Live videos or like chats with you guys. Yeah. And, we'll set the date ahead of time so everybody can settle in and kind of hang out with y'all and, real time answer questions or just chat.
Okay. Well, listen, let's go for a real closer because our last couple of ones
I'm getting lazy.
We meandered away
into nothing.
And we talked about Portlandia and
God, I love Portlandia.
Then we just ended it.
I think we're done here.
I think we've said all we needed to say.
I think we've done a lot of talking.
Yes. Tune in next time, guys, for our 30-day Back to Your Roots Magical Challenge.
Yeah! We need to stop.
Let's go. Bye.
They're more than great.
They're great.
Oh, good.